Hello everyone, this is Kubo and this is my laundry talk. Hello, this is my show. Yes, this is my show. And this show for my language improvement, nothing else. So I will talk whatever I want to. And if you happen to studying English, this is how you can gain your speaking skills. Alrighty, so today I'm going to talk about bank terms. Since I started working for banks, I've been encountering a lot of terms that I have never used in my daily vocabulary. So let's get into that. So first thing I want to say is, as I said, vocabularies, all the terms are not necessarily the same as what we use daily. For example, check. First of all, using check is very new concept for me. When I was in Japan, I've never encountered check. So this is very unique experience, first of all. But I still understand the concept of it, It's, if you don't want to carry all those big cash, I totally understand that those check will definitely make sense to carry around rather than just actual cash. And in my understanding, people use, let's deposit this check to my account. That's how you use, for the casual conversation, like, oh, I've got a check from the government or maybe CRA, and I wanna deposit into my account, which I understand. But in e-learning, those online courses, I've encountered so many times about issuing check. No, not issuing, negotiating check. And for me, negotiation gives me idea of, verbal conversation or any back and forth communication, talking about or trying to go to the conclusion, and they're discussing where to compromise. That's what I thought, negotiating means. And obviously negotiate, those one word can have several meanings. But when you say negotiating check, my mind doesn't necessarily go to depositing check. But apparently, negotiating check means that we are cashing into their account, or basically I'm activating that check. And I was talking to my partner and told me that probably 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they've had to negotiate something, a part of depositing check. That's why they continue to use those terms, and I understand that. And I'm not anything against that, but what I'm trying to say here is that I had to adjust my thinking process from word to word, and then they don't necessarily mean how non-English speaker use everyday life. I love it. I love learning new things. I love the stimulation to my brain. Okay, this is not what you typically think. I love that. And the second thing I want to say is that there are so many abbreviations. I don't know if it's necessarily about banking, because in general, I don't have any examples from America, but in Canada, law, CIBC, TD, MOB, like anything. They use a lot of abbreviation. These are just the names of bank institution, but what I meant is more like in general. I wish I have good examples. Okay, this is not actually true, but for example, negotiating check could be, you know, NC, and then people will immediately notice, oh, that's a negotiating check, or NSF, which is non-sufficient fund fee. When you don't have enough money in your account, they will charge you extra fee on your account. Sure, I understand that, but I feel like I'm learning one more extra language, because when you say those, you know, 3-4 alphabet, it doesn't have to be anything but AD, AB, and then you have to immediately understand what they meant. Probably it's easier as you understand clearly, but it's definitely a challenge for me to get to, like, first of all I have to understand the concept of those banking system, then on top of that I have to remember what those abbreviation terms stand for, and then finally I will smoothly understand what they're trying to accomplish. Of course, I'm 3 weeks in. It's not natural that I don't understand all of them, but I feel like there is a big wall. And the last thing is that, okay, I'm not super familiar with all those investment checking account. Even when I was in Japan, I wasn't I've never really put big effort on searching about those things, so that there is no equivalent translation in my Japanese dictionary, which is, I don't know if it's necessarily bad or good, because those, you know, set up ideas coming from other countries may bother me building up the bank knowledge in Canada, because they are not necessarily interchangeable and there are a lot of different concepts going on. I mean, for example, Japanese, okay, I don't want to embarrass myself, but probably this is true. For example, in Japan, when you credit card, they meaning that credit companies tend to close a month the end of the month, and then as a payer we have to pay those monthly amount, and next month, 27th in my credit card, but like any other day in the next month, it could be 15th of next month, but full amount. But in Canada, there is no due for monthly payment. It's really up to you how much you pay on whenever you want to. And this is very new concept for me, because in Japan, those, all the amount you spend on last month will be automatically subtracted from your bank account in a certain day in next month. So very different. Maybe because I was a student in Japan, my credit card doesn't work like here, and then maybe Japan has something similar like Canada, but I just didn't get to that phase. Maybe. Yeah. But a lot of things, for example, you have checking account and savings account. It's really common to have both, but in Japan I had to bank account, but they're like, I don't really see any difference between I only had checking account probably but I've never really seen any savings account either. Like I've never heard what's hard. I don't even know the translation for those words in Japan. Yeah, and like, you know, I'm finally understanding what's going on, but at the same time I'm like, what does that mean? And I don't always grasp the whole idea. And then, you know, on top of those bank default setting, you know, the regular thing, I don't know what's the word for it, but all those accounts, on top of that you have to understand the credit card, you have to understand investment, DIC, blah blah blah, so like all those things, it's interesting, and don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it so much, but it's lots to learn, and I'm surprised how little I know. I'm so glad that I did this career, because whichever, you know, direction I will go, I will definitely appreciate this experience, and like it benefits to my life so much. So absolutely. So can you imagine like when you're 65 and you're about to retire but you have no idea about banking? I'm not saying like a lot of people are like that, but I can imagine myself being that position if I don't do this exactly thing. And you know, I love my partner and I don't think it's gonna be a big problem right now, but who knows when we were 65 what's the status of ourselves, and I can't always rely on my partner, right? So yeah, absolutely, I'm blessed. I'm so happy that I got to experience all these, and I'm learning so much every single day. Okay, I am almost done. So, and I think I have talked everything I wanted to talk, so thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day. I'm gonna finish this like after this. Thanks so much. Bye now.